everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a first impressions of a few products. I did a mini haul at Ulta, and just a background story, I had to film this video 2 times. So this is the finished result of my second time filming, because the first time I filmed this video I wasn't happy with how I did my makeup. So you will see that when the video starts, I have on a different color shirt. I might even have like a different kind of attitude. I don't know. Just know that I filmed that part last week. Then I picked up where I left off and redid my eyes, but let's go through all that in the video about what happened and why my eyes didn't turn out the way I wanted them to. But it's all good in the hood. I ain't complaining. Before we jump into my video, we are going to just stop right here, okay? And I'm gonna ask that you subscribe. Click the subscribe button, and then right beside it, click the little bell notification so that you can get a ding dong every time I post a new video. And I don't know if it ding dong literally, but when you open up YouTube, my video will be one of the first ones there. And I really appreciate it if you would do that. So without any further ado, let's get started. I'm so excited for today's video because I get to do a first impressions of this very popular foundation, and it just came out in stores at Ulta the other day, and I got my hands on it today, so I'm very excited to try it out. So much so that this is not really gonna be a true first impressions, because as soon as I got home, I just went ahead and tried it out, and I wore it for like 6 hours, so I got a little bit of wear out of it. So I do have that side of the story to tell at least while I demo it for you all. But I did get some more things in this little mini Ulta haul that I have. And this was just a good haul because I shopped the drugstore side of Ulta today. Normally I'm on the high-end side, and I hardly ever cross that line, but this time I was like, let me see what they got over there. There's some things that I've been hearing about from my fellow YouTubers, from Maybelline, from Colourpop. That's all I got pretty much. And yeah, I really was excited to try it, interested in trying it, so I'm glad I got those products, and I did not break the bank. So this is a routine that everybody can actually do. It's affordable. I would have spent under $50 had I not gotten a brush, but I kind of needed a new foundation brush. I wanted to try something out differently, and so had I not got that brush, everything would have been under $50. So that is very affordable, you know, considering some eye palettes cost $50 by themselves. All right, so this brand that I'm going to be first impression-ing, okay? I call it first, well, it's still in the same day, so it could still be a first impressions. How about that? Yeah, like I said, I couldn't wait to shoot the video to try it on. I went ahead, rushed upstairs as soon as I got it and tried it on, and it did not disappoint. But we're gonna pretend like this is the first time I'm doing it, just for the sake of you guys. But it is actually this brand right here. It's by Juvia's Place, and it is the I Am Magical Velvety Matte Foundation. The color that actually matched me, which when I looked at it online, and I think I used the Sephora Shade Matcher. I don't even know if this is on Sephora, so I don't know if I just dreamt this in my head or if I'm thinking of another foundation. But no, I take that back. I went to their website, and their website kind of had similar to Sephora's Shade Matcher that they have right now. It compared it to other brands. So it had NC45, which I am in MAC, and Fenty 370, which that's my color there. It had me at a 350, which was the name. Oh, also the names. The names are, first of all, they have a name and a number. And I already explained about the number, but the name is are like African countries and cities. So I thought that was really cool too. It felt very motherlandish. I don't know, I just felt like I was doing it for the culture with this foundation. So anyways, back to what I was saying before. Yeah, so it had me at a 350, Somalia. So that's the color name and number, Somalia 350. And I got it, swatched it. I swatched to match my chest, okay? And Somalia was definitely too dark. So I went up, I don't know how many, I went up to the 400s and I ended up being 410. I was in between 400 and 410, okay? 400 is Ethiopia, and that is described for tan skin tones, warm tan skin, warm undertones, tan skin, warm undertones, that's Ethiopia. So I matched that, it was a pretty good match. And then I went the next shade up, which is technically down, since the higher the number, the lighter the shade. So I went one step up to 410, and the name is Nairobi, and I swatched that, and that was actually tan skin tones with cool undertones, which I've had cool, neutral, and warm foundation shades without really knowing what they were before, but I've tried them all. But I put them, they were really close in the shade color, it was just the undertone was different, but the Ethiopia was pulling more red and orange, and I ain't got no red orange in me. The Nairobi was like perfect. It was not too cool or too, it was, I felt like it was more of a neutral before I actually looked it up online to see the undertones. I actually thought it was a neutral, but it ended up being a cool tone, but it worked for me. I let the swatches stay on my skin for like 10 minutes, went back to the mirror and looked at it to see how it does when it dries down, and that's how I chose my color. So I am in the shade, and I will swatch this for you. And first of all, here's the packaging. It's cute, it's really simple and downplayed. And the cost of this is $20, and I'm pretty sure that has a lot to do with the packaging. The packaging, I don't want to say cheap in a bad way, but it's not like your Fenty Beauty. It's not glass, it's plastic, it's a squeeze bottle. So it's very low maintenance, easy to travel with, that's for sure. But I just, you know, packaging isn't that a deal breaker for me, so you know, I don't really care about that, but I do appreciate the fact that it's only $20. Like, that's less than half of Fenty Beauty. Well, that is half of Fenty Beauty. So here's a swatch on my hand. But it pulls differently on my chest and on my face than it does my hand, but that's what you're looking at right there, the 410 Nairobi. And it's beautiful. And look how much this blends out too. Like, I can probably cover my whole back of my hand with this. So a little goes a long way. This is full coverage. I don't know if you can tell, but that's some pretty good coverage. And yeah, it did not disappoint. So let's get started. You know, that's my whole spiel about that. So let's start applying it. So when I first put this foundation on today, I used my Milk Hydro Grip Primer, and that was all cool and everything, but I wanted a different kind of texture for my primer. So I'm gonna go in with this Cover FX Blurring Primer. This is a sample size of it, but yeah, use your samples, that's what they're here for. And this is more of a creamier primer, but I wanted the blurring effect. And the Milk Cosmetics Hydro Primer is good for, you know, oops. The Milk Primer is good for the tackiness and, you know, the staying power. I cannot talk tonight, what's wrong with me? But I just kind of wanted a smoother base. So I figured this would be really good. This kind of reminds me of Benefit's Professional, the Professional, but it's a little thinner than that actually. And it doesn't go on like with a cast, like a white cast. Like some of these creamy foundation primers, can do. And I just want to point out in my last video, I apologize because I looked at it on my 55-inch flat screen TV and I had like all kinds of texture. I'm like, oh, my skin looked terrible, but you can watch that video if you don't know what I'm talking about to go and look and see what I'm talking about. But then I realized, I used too much. I'm definitely not gonna need all this. Oops. Maybe that is a downside of this, because you know, when you're using packages like this, you're used to squeezing it out like lotion or whatever, a good amount. But no, even if I open it, I can't get this back in there, so. Well, I'll use as much of this as I possibly can. This is full coverage, by the way, so. But back to what I was saying before, yeah, my last video, I did not wash my face. Like, I was being super lazy and I was just trying to hurry up and get my video done. It was the end of the night and yeah, and you can definitely tell. So that should tell you how important skincare is, because maybe you couldn't see it on the phone, but in my 4K, on my 4K television, it was a hot mess. So I'm going in with this Real Techniques foundation brush that I picked up today, because I want a foundation brush with a flat head because I just want to buff a little more. I love my beauty blender, but yeah, I wanted to do something different. So that's where this comes in to play. I wanted to do this, buff it in a circular motion. As you can tell, like, look at this color match. And this is like a very, very good match. And it does oxidize a little bit when it dries down, but it's not like super orange. That's why it's so important to match your undertones along with the shades. Because if you have the wrong undertone after the foundation dries down, ooh, it might be the right shade, but if it's not the right undertone, you'll be looking like a Oompa Loompa. Or a ghost, a dead person, gray, whatever. And I used about half of what was like on my hands. That's how much I got left. I feel kind of bad about that. And that is amazing. Like the coverage. Whew. And so since I did have it on earlier today for quite a few hours, the staying power of this, at least for the 6 hours that I had it on, was pretty decent. Like, I set my face and everything. I did concealer, I did bronzer. I just didn't do my eyes or any blush or anything. But it was really good. You know, it was my first time buying a $20 foundation. Unfortunately, I'm used to buying 40 and up, 39 and up. So yeah, I was pleasantly surprised because I was a little, you know, I was a little worried. I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna be, but I like it. It goes on so smooth. It's full coverage, but you do not feel cakey or weighed down. And I think it's pretty good for the dollar. Definitely good for the price point. So the next thing I'm gonna go with is a concealer, because I was running out of concealer and I was gonna get the Shape Tape the Tarte Shape Tape, but something in me was like, try a drugstore brand. And one that I've really been hearing good things about since I started watching tutorials on YouTube is this Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, this little thing right here. And I thought it was cool because the applicator was on there. I don't have to like twist off the top, dip it in there. I feel like this could be more sanitary, I don't know. And I like the way it clicks. And I tried this on too earlier today. And it wasn't as full coverage as I wanted it, but maybe I just didn't click enough because it was my first time using it. And I didn't let it dry down. So that is a super, super key to getting the coverage you want out of your concealer. Letting it dry down a little bit before you blend it in. And this is in the color tan, I think. No, golden. I got golden. I was in between tan and golden, and this was a little bit lighter. It was better for the highlight. I actually love the color, and this is so soft. I just want to keep on doing it, but you know, we'll hold off on that for now. I know this is not a new product, but it's a first for me, so I guess this is the first impressions. I don't think I get as good of, I know I don't get as good a coverage as I do with my NARS Radiant Creamy, but it was $10, $9.99. And maybe it's the color, you know, maybe I did need to go a shade darker. I might have to do my Bobbi Brown concealer under this and then put this on top next time if I want to see what I want to see, because this ain't working. I'm gonna go on top with it with my NARS. Just right under the eye, because that definitely thinned out a little too much. Has a beautiful application, but I don't know. I might have to return that. Okay. This is as good as that's gonna get. Maybe. Just keep on blending. Just keep blending. Just keep blending. Just keep blending, blending, blending. What do we do? We blend, blend. Oh, okay. Come on, save me, Fenty. Going in with my Fenty Beauty loose powder in the color Caramel Cutie. Cause she is caramel and she is cute. Perfect shade. How do you know, Rihanna? And this, I'm gonna let it bake. Like, I'm just gonna. Keep it under there. Because I'm gonna need all the coverage I can get. Okay, so I'm gonna do my brows off camera and then I'm gonna come back for my eyes. Okay, so I'm back and I probably look a little different. That's because I went ahead and made the executive decision to refilm the second half of this video, which was my first impressions of the Colourpop Mar palette that I'm gonna be doing my eyes with today. And the reason that I did that is just because after I finished it, I was gonna upload it and start editing. And then I kind of had like second thoughts. I didn't really like the way that it turned out. And it wasn't the colors, it was just like my technique. I didn't like the way that I did my makeup. And there were some things that I thought I could improve on, you know, to give you guys the best video possible. And I did some research about color application, and there's this whole theory to it, but I just kind of got, you know, some more tips from other YouTubers. And I feel more confident now to go back in with these colors, because I usually do like the same kind of look, and today I'm going to be trying something very different for me. And yeah, when I tried to do it, when I first shot this video, it started out good, and then towards the end it kind of gotten like, the colors kind of like muddied together, which was opposite of what I was trying to do. But it looked cute, but it wasn't cute enough for me to say, hey, look at my eye look at my first impression. So that's why I decided to reshoot. So as you can tell, I have on a different shirt. I got different hair. I mean, it's the same hair, but I got some sweet potatoes in it because my son like grabbed my hair with a handful of sweet potatoes, and you know how that goes with a little 8-month-old. And yeah, it took me a while because I went out of town for 3 days because I had a 3-day weekend for work. Ow. And I just got back today. I was like, let me go ahead and refilm this video, because if I don't do it now, then I'm gonna be just all the way behind in uploading video, which I am, like a week behind, but whatever. It was for the greater good, okay, of YouTube, because I just wasn't satisfied with that look. So I pretty much redid every single thing that I did in my previous video before. The only thing different that I did was I went ahead and applied my Fenty Beauty bronzer, but everything else is exactly the same. I use exactly the same products, still have my Juvia's place, and I'm so glad kind of that I got to redo this because I got to give some of the products that I reviewed before, like for instance this, I got to work with a little bit more because at the end of the last video that I shot, the first video I shot, I said I probably wouldn't use it, but I figured it out. I figured out how to get the most bang for your buck out of this, and that is to let it dry down. I wasn't letting it dry down as long as I should have because I was so used to having a thicker consistency in my concealer where it didn't take long for it to dry down, but baby, this has to take a little second to dry down. So today when I was putting my face back on, I let it dry down while I was doing my brows, and when I went to go move it with my blend it out with my dry beauty blender, it gave me so much coverage. I almost didn't have to go over it again with the NARS, but I did just to keep the consistency of the same look. So yeah, everything's the same. So first re-impression again. First of all, I really like this palette. It's the Colourpop Mar palette. It has a sister palette called the Soul, but in the Soul it's more pinks and corals, and I have a lot of those, so I decided to go with the Mar because it's something different. First of all, it has this really cute mirror in here too, but I just want to show you. That's upside down. this is how it looks, and it's here. This is how it looks, and it's so cute. I love the blues. It's a little brown, little rose gold, a little teal in there. It reminds you of being on vacation, and that's what I liked about this palette. I went into Ulta to grab the Juvia's Place foundation, and I saw this. It was $12, and I was just like, it's 12 bucks. Like, what do I have to lose? So I picked this up, and I'm really glad that I did. So we're going to start on the eyes. First, I'm going to take my crease brush, and I'm gonna dip into this color right here. It's called Boozy, and I'm gonna do my crease color with this Boozy shadow. And with my crease brush, I'm going all the way up here to the end or the beginning of my eyebrow. I'm just taking the color all the way up there. And that's another thing that I wanted to do, where my look before just wasn't how I wanted to look. I didn't bring all the colors up high enough. So when I closed my eyelid, you can see all the beautiful colors right there, but when I opened it, they kind of disappeared. And I want to bring them higher this time, and so that you can see them without me having to close my eyes. And this is my first time ever using Colourpop. Like, sorry, not sorry. Oh, I should really be sorry about that, because not that I've been sleeping on Colourpop. Well, obviously I have, because I haven't tried anything, but I've been wanting to get anything. I've been wanting to get something from them, but nothing really called my name out. Except this, and some things did. Okay, I'll tell you what it was. It was the fact that nothing called my name out enough for me to order it online. That's really what it was, because I've never used it before. I didn't know how it looked. I wanted to feel the product and like get a feel for the packaging and stuff. But when Ulta started carrying it, it made me a little bit more comfortable. So that's why I picked it up when I saw it today, or last week at Ulta. And now I have my crease color in there. So now I'm going to go in, and this is kind of where I messed up last time. I'm going to go in, we're correcting it this time. I'm gonna go in with another crease brush with this beautiful teal color right here called My Way. I should put this on the side because it keeps darkening. So I'm going in with this color right here. It's called My Way. And I'm gonna put that on the outer part. Of my eye, and I'm gonna kind of just move it in a little bit. And I'm gonna go up higher this time. Remember, that's what I said. My issue was. So I definitely do recommend that with these colors that you go over them or apply them multiple times in order for them to show up as vibrant. I think I had to dip back in my pan about 3 times for this one color, and I still might have to do it again. But you know, it's cool. It's just something that you have to do with this. The good thing about this is that there is hardly any fallout from this palette, and I know because this is my second time using it. So that is definitely a plus. Now I'm going to use my Morphe E14 brush right here, and I'm going to go in with Detour, this light color right here. It's gold. It kind of reflects pink a little bit, but I wouldn't say it's like a rose gold. Well, maybe it is slightly a rose gold. Yeah, that's what a rose gold is, right? Reflects pink. So I'm gonna go in with that on my brush. First, I'm gonna just apply it dry. So I'm just gonna pack it on right here. Now, this color I'm gonna go in with next is Sorbet. It's this orange color. It's a metallic too, so it's orange and it kind of reflects a little yellow. I am gonna go in with that. This is the color I intentionally want it wet. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on my brush and I'm gonna spray it with a little bit of setting spray. And then I'm gonna go in the center where the yellow and teal meet, and I'm just gonna pack it in right there in the middle of those two colors. Now I'm gonna go in with a little blending brush. I'm gonna use this Anastasia Beverly Hills blending brush that came with a palette, and I'm going to just kind of go in between. I'm gonna pick up a little teal, again, just a little bit, and just blend the teal in, which is called My Way. Sorry, I'm bad at remembering names. And the Sorbet, like blending those together. and just kind of get rid of that harsh line right there. I'm gonna make sure I dust this off really well. Get all of that pigment off. Now I'm gonna tap into Sorbet a little bit, just a little. You see barely any on there. And tap it off a little bit, and then I'm gonna blend that into the yellow color, which is Detour. And then one last time for the blend, I'm gonna go back into Boozy, which was my original crease color. And I'm going to go back on top up here and just blend out. Just do a pretty hard blend so that I make sure that there is no harsh lines up here. You can leave it, a lot of people like to leave it like that, but I like to blend mine out just a little bit. But you can really do it either way. I think that's a personal preference. Now for my waterline, it's called Gridlock. It's like a sparkly blue. Put that on the end, and I'm gonna go under my eye with Gridlock. I'm so happy that I redid it over because homegirl was looking a little crazy. And if I thought that, then one of y'all would have thought that too. So I'm not even gonna be like, I'm judging myself too hard. Nah, it was looking all crazy. And I think today for my brow highlight, I'm just going to do, I wanna keep it a little sparkly. So I'm gonna go in with this Fenty Beauty Rum color. And I'm going to just put a little on my fingers and just highlight my brow bone a little bit. I don't want to overdo it too much. Now for my third first impressions product, this is the Benefit Roller Liner from the Roller collection. It also has mascara. It came as a free gift. Hey, I'm all for free gifts from Ulta. And the trick with this is just to go slow, like, don't be in a hurry to rush. Because liquid liner is forever. Actually, any liner you put on is forever after you've done your whole face. Okay, so now for a highlight, I'm going to go in with the same rum color again. This is a beautiful highlight color, by the way. Now for blush. So today I'm going to go in with a oldie but goodie, and that is the NARS Orgasm. I actually have this blush bronzer duo from NARS with Orgasm as the blush and Laguna as the bronzer. I don't know why it took me so long to figure out where the name of it was. And as you can tell, I hardly used the Laguna side. But it was just making me a little ashy because this ain't my bronzing color, okay? I just want you to look at this bronzer. Shade, but no shade, you know, compared to the Fenty Beauty. Like, this is more warm and this is more cool, so I don't understand how you have a cool bronzer, but I guess there's people out there that it works for, but not me. So I'm just gonna use my angled blush brush and just apply it to my cheeks and pull it back. And I didn't too much want like a super duper blush color. I just kind of wanted something that was kind of neutral and understated because of the bold eye. And this is perfect for me because I don't know how well you can see it on camera, but it just gives a little glow. And I could always beef it up if I wanted to, but I don't want to. So next I'm going to go in with this new product that I picked up. I'm not sure if it's new, but it's new to me. It's the Maybelline Plumper Please Shaping Lip Duo. So on this side, you have a lip liner. And then on this side, you have a plumping gloss. And at first I got it, when I did my first video, I tried it on and I actually said, I will not pick this up again. But I took it with me on my trip and I used it again and I really liked it. I think I just had to get used to the sensation of the plumper. And this wasn't the color that I wanted, because it looks just like my Posy K from Kylie Jenner that I'm obsessed with, and I was trying to go for something different, but I ended up getting the same color. But Hi, I'm Marty. I feel like a new person when I put this on. Does anybody else feel like a new person when they spray their spray? Anyways. And that is my look right there. I had so much more fun doing this video now that I fixed everything. And I just, thank you guys for bearing with me, because I know it took me like a whole week to, 2 weeks to post another video. So thank you so much for that. But yeah, like I said, it was worth the wait because this look definitely turned out better. Like, I'm gonna scoot in a little closer for you just so you could see. It's so much better. And then as far as the first impressions go with this right here, oh baby, let me tell you, this right here is bae, okay? Full coverage, lightweight, second skin, bae. I would recommend this to anybody who's breathing right now. The Juvia's Place foundation is where it's at. And I really love everything about it. I love the marketing. I love the way that the colors are set up. The darker shades are the lowest numbers and the lighter shades are the higher numbers. Because it just makes me feel as a woman of color that I'm first, you know, even though I'm following the 400 range, which is still in the middle. I just feel like, you know, other women of color, they feel like they were thought of first instead of thought of last. You know, like a lot of other companies start with the lightest shade first, and I just don't think that that's something that people realize, but subconsciously we realize that. And so thank you so much, Juvia's Place, for just putting it out there and making us feel like we were actually at the forefront, the forethought of your product when you were creating it. Also, the Colourpop Mar palette. This is cute. $12. You can't go wrong with this. The color payoff is beautiful, although it took a little bit of building to get up there. But like I said, if you wet the colors before you put it on, and you can do very little blending, whatever your technique is, the colors will come out fine. But this is my first Colourpop product ever, so I don't really have anything to compare it to as far as other Colourpop brands, just only my high-end eyeshadow. And would I buy another Colourpop palette or product? Yes, absolutely. I don't mind working with it, but I'm just letting you guys know that's kind of what you're dealing with. The Roller Lash Liner, I love this. I love it better than the Kat Von D only because the tip is more flexible and I can get a little bit more out of the very end, you know, just for touch-up sakes, and I can just really get in there and, you know, get it where I need. So I really like the aspect of it. The Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, at first I wasn't a fan. Like, it was okay, it was good for the $10 I paid for, but once I let it dry down more, it became a lot more of what I was expecting, and not just like, oh, where'd my coverage go? it's there, and I'm very happy about that. And it did a little creasing today, but like I said, I've worn it 3 other times other than now, and it's not creased on me. So maybe it was something I did in this application. I don't know, but I'm gonna use it again. Then last but not least, my Maybelline Plumper Please lip duo with the liner and the lip gloss. This is great. I love the way it plumps my lips. I love the color, even though I already have this color. But it's nice to have this color in another medium other than liquid lipstick or velvet lipstick. So I'm very happy with this purchase. So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I will be back next week, or maybe later on this week, depending on how I feel, with my next video. I will see you guys later.